Today we're going to be putting control arms on my 2000 Dodge Dakota, four-wheel drive. Upper control arm's already on this side, so I'm going to show you how to do the other. So first step being jack up your truck. We'll go get us a jack stand, and then we'll take the wheel off. Alright, so jack stand, got to get this unit out, so we'll go along and take you with us and show you how to do it. Okay, so now that we're in here, I took this cotter pin, well, whatever you call it. Now you got to take the castle nut off there, which in my case I believe is a 13/16. Yours may be different. This one's had more ball joints put on it before. Let's see. Yep, 13/16 there. And you're also going to have an 18mm here. And then here is going to be different because this one has a different shock on it than factory. So the bottom one you reuse this factory bolt, so it should be an 18. We'll take that bolt loose, that castle nut right there, brake line bolt right there, which is a 13. Yep, 13. And then up top here you got two big nuts there, which 24 fits it pretty good. So that's what I'm going to use. And we're going to take those all loose, and I'll be back in just a moment. Okay, so got the 13mm off of the brake line right there. The shock is now out of the way with the 18mm taken out. The top one ended up being a 14mm. Like I said, yours is probably going to be different. Unless it's aftermarket, then it may be the same. Either way, this castle nut was a 13/16. It's already off. We got these two left. These are on there pretty tight. Gonna end up using the handle from my jack. Break this one loose. God bless. There it goes. So there's one. And two. So there we got that. Those are broken loose. Now to get this off, since as you see the nut is out, we're going to take our little sledgehammer here. We're going to hit right up in there. So, boom. Like a charm. So take out those other two bolts up here, nuts, whatever, and we'll get back to you in just a second, and then we'll get the other one started. Okay, so new control arm is in. Nuts are good and tight. So now, next thing I'm going to do is take these loose, because my truck is lifted, and these are going to be set to like a factory height. So you want to loosen that, so that way you can move this control arm and get it in a good ride position. So now that should be loose, kinda, so you can see it moves. Before it wouldn't. So we'll take and get our little ball joint cotter pin out. Take the nut off. And we'll slide this here unit up to that guy right over there. And I'm sure you'll probably see here in a second that there's not quite enough droop between the two. So at that point, I'm gonna take my jack and jack up this lower control arm to get it right to the edge of that, just enough to get the thread started. Once you get the thread started, use the nut to pull it the rest of the way up, then you'll be good to go. So that's what we're gonna do now. We're gonna jack up this lower control arm to meet the bottom of that ball joint, start our nut, and we'll continue from there. Okay, full disclaimer, that took probably a good 30 freaking minutes to get this, and I had to do some rigging. Took the upper control arm, ratcheted it down to the lower, squeezed them together. I guess because the torsion bar lift has got so much tension on it, either that or because there's a big fat sway bar between both sides and the other side's off the ground. Maybe that's trying to pull the lower control arm down with the sway bar. I don't know. Either way, this is what I had to do to get on. The other side went a whole lot smoother, so maybe it has to do with the other tire being on the ground, because when I started the other one, this tire was on the ground. So I don't know, but either way, that's that. Now I'm gonna pull the nut up and then I'll finish the rest of it here in just a second and show you the finished product. Okay, so now we're all good. This side was a lot harder than the other, but got our cotter pin back there, got our nut tight, got our 13mm back in there. Tighten these two nuts on each side. These are all tightened up here. Got our 18mm there. Shock back in place. And I'm sure some of you are saying, well, I thought you said it's four-wheel drive. We are four-wheel drive. We just don't have the front axles in there at the moment because I broke it. Matter of fact, right there's part of the broken mount. But I got another front end to put under in the garage, so that'll be coming soon. But till then, this is all for today. That one was pretty bad. It should not be able to move at all. Anyway, thanks for watching.